welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome for the first time. My name is Abby and I am a high school teacher and this is the last week of school. Today is our first day in June and it's our finals week, so there's not like any teaching this week. It's all just kind of like come in, take a test, and then I'm grading and then cleaning up my classroom throughout the week. So not anything too crazy, but I'm just going to show you a few things that I'm doing today for my students since they have an exam, and then just going through what's happening and wrapping up the school year. So every month I put a new little quote on this whiteboard, so I'm probably going to do that even though they're only going to see it for like 3 days, but it's tradition, so I didn't want to like not do it for the month of June. But this morning I don't have anyone in my classroom until like 10:30, 10:20. And then I'll have an exam for Algebra 2. And I printed out these little coloring worksheets for them to work on if they finish their exam early, just kind of to like decompress and not really think about anything else after doing an exam, because their exam time is like an hour and a half, but sometimes some people will finish like after an hour. Then after that, we'll just be grading. Well, I'll be grading by myself. And then trying to figure out what to clean up in my classroom without taking all of my posters down, because my students are like, no, you can't take it down. What am I supposed to look at while I take my exam? So trying to figure out how else to be productive this afternoon. Another thing that I'm doing for my students this week is giving them like a little treat bag, which I know that's usually like such an elementary thing, but my kids love Starbursts, and it's what I always gave them for our review games. So I am going to give them like a little Ziploc baggie of Starbursts. I really wanted to do like a cute little note on each of them, but I didn't have time to like create that and get it printed. I'm probably just going to like give them a little Ziploc baggie of Starbursts and then like put a cute little quote on the TV as they leave and get a bag. That is what we're going to work on now, since I want to make sure it's done before like they come in for exams.
Did you fall a long way down? The only one this town has found for me. You got something I can't afford to lose. I'm running over under the sky blue. You pull me closer, let me my view, my view. There's no one like you, yeah. There's no one like you. Painting my view with all that you do. There's no one like you. There's no one like you. There's no one like you. With all that you do. Every single time you come around, I need a clarity I never found. I can feel your love without a sound.
There's like 15 minutes till the bell will ring for the exam that's currently being taken. So I think I'm going to work on making the answer key for the exam that my students will be taking in this upcoming exam time, so that while they're taking their exam, I can just monitor, and then when they're done, I can just get straight to grading. Also, I can't remember if I mentioned this, but our students have half days on the days that they have exams at the end of the year, so it's almost 10, so they'll take this exam and then they'll be done for the day, and so I'll spend the afternoon doing my grading and then cleaning up my classroom, but not too much because my students are like, no, I don't want to stare at the blank, empty walls while I take my exams next week. So I have exams tomorrow and Wednesday as well. But let's make that answer key. This is it, guys. Last math test. Last algebra 2. All right, you guys have 1 hour left. So you've used up about 25 minutes so far. You will have 30 minutes remaining. If you're done already, you are welcome to turn in your test at the 4th period tray. If you've already double checked all your answers, but if you're not done, you have 30 minutes. Yes. Did you want colored pencils from your locker? Are my colored pencils not good enough for you? If you're still working on your test, you have 15 minutes. I do have a little treat as you leave. You're gonna get some Starbursts. No. But I did want to say thank you for such an amazing year. I did not go into this year thinking that it was going to be my last year teaching here, at least for the foreseeable future. But it was probably my favorite year of teaching. So that was really great to end it on a high note. I will come back to teaching someday. I don't know when that day is going to be, but for right now, I'm not going to be teaching in the future, but you guys have made it the best experience. Whether I had you for 5 years or whether I just had you during high school, you guys were the best students ever, and I really appreciate that I had the opportunity to be your teacher for however long I was your teacher. And you're always going to be my kids, whether you graduate from here and I don't get to be your teacher next year, or if you go on to something else. I can't wait to see what you guys have in your future after you graduate from high school and when you go on to college. You will always be my children. So once you were my child, you're always my child. And so I'm really glad that I got to play a small part in your life journey for the last few years. And I really wish that I could finish with you. But that is not what God's plan was for me. But I know that you're going to have an amazing senior year, regardless of me being here or not. Never let anyone make you think that I left because I didn't care. That is the furthest thing from the truth. I spent a lot of time on Saturday crying because I've been dreading this week. Oh my gosh. No, don't cry. I'm not going to cry. This has been an amazing experience, and you guys are the reason for that. I think that you guys are the best students. So never let anyone make you think that I left because I didn't care, because I care so much. And I will always be here for you. I will maybe not physically be in this building for you, but I will always be here for you. So I want you to know that. I don't usually give my students hugs, but as you leave this classroom this morning or this afternoon, in the next minute, you can have a hug if you would like a hug. It's like 1. I'm going to eat lunch, and we're going to grade these Algebra 2 exams, and then, let's see, I made a to-do list on my iPad. So, grade exams, put the grades in the gradebook online. Double check my pre-calculus exam for tomorrow. I already printed it, but I want to make sure that everything looks right because I definitely made a mistake on my Algebra 2 exam. So I had to tell them circle that question, and it's not going to count against you, but it's not going to count for you, if that makes sense either. Go through yearbook resources, go through my desk, go through the filing cabinets. So not an extensive list of things to do today, but definitely a good amount of stuff to do. It's, like I said, 1, and I'm here till 3:30. So I'll probably accomplish the whole list, hopefully. The main priority is the grading and the updating of the grades, but I'm going to eat lunch now, and then we'll be productive. That is all that I have for today. So I did have to put stuff into the computer. Then what else was on my list? Okay, so I have to put stuff into the computer. I already did the grading. And then look through the pre-calculus exam for tomorrow. But that shouldn't take too long. But I'm gonna let you go and we will reconvene tomorrow. For you, that's in like 5 seconds. Last pre-calculus. I'm so happy for you. You're almost done.
There's no one like you. There's no one like you. There's no one like you.
So our students are done for the day today. It's already a little bit after 12. So I have to grade the test that was just taken. I already graded the tests from earlier this morning. And then we're gonna start going through stuff on my desk, stuff in the filing cabinets, all that fun stuff to wrap up the year so that everything is nice and clean for summer. I thought I would really quickly go through how I make my grading process way faster, and I'll kind of explain it as I show you this test. So basically, I would usually have my answer key right here on the left-hand side of the page, and then I'll basically just like line up number 10 on the key, number 11 on the key with the same on the test. I do give partial credit, so I'll usually mark wrong. If they show their math work, I'll just like do minus half, especially on exams because I usually give 50 question tests. So if they at least show their work, I saw that they were in the right process, but they were just ever so slightly wrong, it's a -1. And then at the bottom of each page, I will write down the number of incorrect at the bottom of that page so that when I'm done grading each page, I can just kind of go through and look at the numbers on the bottom of each page and then just subtract that from like a 100. So it makes it go way faster and it saves me a lot of time. So basically line up the answer key with the test, write down the incorrect point value at the bottom, and then you're good to go. It makes it like way faster. So I'm done with my grading for today. I'm gonna eat lunch and then we'll continue the journey. All right, we're gonna start with the filing cabinets first for 2 reasons. First, I really don't want to stand up and do anything. That's just my inner lazy girl. Secondly, it's right next to the window and my window's open because my classroom is freezing, but it's hot outside, so the warm air is coming in. So we're sitting, we're getting some warm air, and we're going through these filing cabinets. Everything is currently a mess on this part of my desk that this is sitting on, so I'm gonna organize all of that, and then I'm gonna go through the desk drawers and cabinets. I don't know if that's what we call them, but we're gonna do that next.
Under the heat, I'm half awake.
Hi, so I have like 30 minutes left, so I'm just gonna get stuff ready for tomorrow. It's our last day of school and we have exams for one last class, so I have a Bible exam tomorrow to give. So I printed out these cute little coloring pages. I made them miniature so that they're not like taking up a whole page, and I had to print less copies that way and use less paper. And I'm gonna cut these out, and then I'm gonna make those little goodie bags of Starburst for that class as well. And then I'm probably gonna sharpen the colored pencils because my classes the last couple of days have been using them after their math tests. So we're gonna do that and then probably be done for the day. We'll see.
I've been hung up on yesterdays. Woke up and
So I'm going to be leaving work in like 5 minutes. So that is all that we have for today. So come back tomorrow, which for you is going to be in the next video clip. And we are going to have our last day of school with our students. And then we're going to clean up this classroom. So the end is literally here. It is so crazy. Good morning. So today is Wednesday, it's June 5th, and it is our last day of school with students. I still have 2 more days after this to get all my grades in, get my classroom clean, but the end is literally here now. So I have 1 exam this morning, we'll have an awards ceremony, and then after that I'm going to come back to my classroom. I have 1 person making up an exam this afternoon. While they're doing that, I'm going to be grading the exam from this morning, and then I'm going to start tearing down my classroom today. So a little sad about that, but it'll be a good day.
I need your soothing motion. Please help me take the pain away. Yeah. No way to change our yesterday.
All right, let me give you a few instructions. First, if you need to go to the bathroom or think you will need to go to the bathroom in the next hour and a half during this exam time, you need to go after I give these reminders. You do need to be back by 8:30 when we start, so the next bell. Secondly, you need to put all of your notes, study guides, books, everything away. So if you don't have a backpack to put it in, just throw away your study guide. If you do have a backpack, put it away in the study guide. Put it away in the backpack. And then thirdly, if you do have a backpack or a binder or whatever it may be, you need to put it on the back wall or on the front wall, but it cannot be next to you. So with that being said, you still have like 4.5 minutes to do all of that. Yes, you can keep your juice. But make sure, go to the bathroom, put your notes away, put your backpack by a wall, and then we'll get started. Just make sure that you read everything carefully, read the directions carefully before you turn in your test. If you do finish early before our hour and a half here is done, you can take a piece of, I guess it's paper, but a coloring page, a mini coloring page, and a few colored pencils. Do not take the whole container for yourself. That's rude. But you can take a coloring page and a few colored pencils so that you can color for the remainder of the time. Does that make sense? And then we'll be done. So it's crazy. It is almost 1 p.m. and the year is done. So I had a student come in and make up an exam from yesterday, and I'm gonna eat my lunch. I've been organizing my Google Drive while that student was making up their exam, and honestly after that as well. And I wish I would have organized it at the end of every year, but I didn't, and that would have been such a great idea. I'm organizing that, but after I eat lunch, I'm going to finish going through my desk because I was kind of quietly doing that while my students took their exam this morning. And then we're going to take down the decorations. I don't have anywhere to put my decorations because I forgot the storage container at home. So I'm just going to take everything down and just kind of organize it so that tomorrow I can pack it all away.
Stayed in but felt so far away. Last night was one big holiday. Cool winds on me out back.
Good morning. I realized later that my time lapse yesterday, taking down my 1 wall of decorations over there, stopped. So hopefully that doesn't happen today because it's a little annoying. But we're gonna tear down the rest of the classroom today.
Put my
it's the editing Abby here. I just thought I would let you know what is going on in this video. I unintentionally took a slow motion video for 6 minutes of me rolling up my bulletin board paper because I thought it was on a time lapse. So you get to enjoy this slow and over dramatized version of what was supposed to be really fast, but let's go ahead and speed things back up.
So hold me like an ocean. I need your soothing motion. Please help me take the pain away. No way to change. No way to change. Our yesterday. No way to change. Our yesterday. The day it all fell apart, it felt like you were holding my hurting heart. We swore we'd try again. That was the beginning of the end. I wanna tell you that I'm different. Oh, that time in love was well spent. You know we had to learn along the way, so we could look back and smile someday. And I could say I'm sorry, but that wouldn't be true.
So, as you can see, I have a ton of stuff on desks all over the classroom. So, we are now going into the organizational phase of getting ready, or not getting ready, packing up my classroom. So, I'm gonna organize it a little bit more, and I don't have my storage container with me today. I forgot to bring it, so I'll have to do that tomorrow. But we are just gonna put things into organized piles so that when I have my storage container, everything can just be put away.
I'd rather say I'm happier, and I know that you are too. And if I'm honest, I'm overjoyed. Now I
My phone memory is not doing great, so my time lapse stopped them in the middle of time lapsing. But I have like 7 desks that have all my stuff on it, except for some of the stuff that is in my storage cabinet. So I'm gonna go through that next, I think. And then I have like a ton of stuff on my desk as well. So the process is processing. It's just taking a bit of time, but I have the time, so that is totally okay. But let's continue the journey.
This is my voice. I wanna tell you that I'm different. Oh, that time with you was well spent. You know we had to learn along the way, so we could look back and smile someday.
Good morning. This is the last day. Do not mind my hair. I did not have time to blow dry this morning, but I have my storage container. It's right over there by the door, and we are gonna put everything that is mine into that. Hopefully it all fits, and then we'll be done.
The sky is changing from indigo into blue, and I am changing too, for the first and the last time.
On a super somewhat unrelated note, I feel like all letter packs like this should have one of those like sticky things. I don't know what to call it, so that you can put the letters on back in, and then just stick it together. You know? I've been like walking all over the place trying to find like paper clips and like file folders so that my loose letters for all of my letter packs can like be put in the folder and paper clipped on the sides. So we need more things like this.
The earth is trembling, and I am trembling too. It makes me feel alive. It's the only thing I know. There's a winding road behind me, a straight path ahead. Will you come with me to the water's edge? We'll sink into the shoreline and slowly disappear into it all, as it always was, as it really is. As it always was. As it really is. There's a wildfire behind me, an orchard ahead. Will you come with me and taste all of it? We'll turn into magpies and fly on the fiery wind above it all.
Well, this is it. Thank you so much for following my teaching journey. I'm going to be back in the classroom eventually, but not next year. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to see what I'm up to in the future.
There's a winding road behind me, a straight path ahead. Will you come with me to the water's edge? We'll dance for forever.